Okay, so this is Outriders. Yeah, so we started testing Outriders a few days ago, and the big thing here we're testing is not only the game performance, but DLSS performance for the article. Now, if you want to see a video with all of those results in there, just let me know. But in this video, we're just going to take a look at DLSS and its impact at 4K using the RTX 3080 Founders Edition, and we're using our typical test bench. So this is the start of where I'm testing. It's the Hangman's Tree, I guess is what it's called. Don't laugh at my level and world tier. I have not been playing the game for very long, but we're running through this whole scenario for the testing. But right here, figure this is kind of a good spot to take a look at the impact of DLSS, because you can see the lines in the background kind of swaying. This is kind of areas where you would see, well, possibly issues, along with the birds flying around overhead, because it's a lovely scene. And well, this is, and we're going to go through the options and show you real quick. Display advanced, so ultra settings, the quality preset at ultra. So it's not like this game has a ton of options for you to pick here. Now the only thing that's really going to change from here is going to be the anti-aliasing, because over on the display tab we're going to use NVIDIA's DLSS. Now there's various settings, and we'll look at those as well as the performance impact and how things kind of shake out. But you know what, I'm gonna turn that off. We're gonna turn off the motion blur. So what we want to do is, the game's gonna kind of, sometimes it'll hang right here when you go out of the menu, so just keep an eye on this screen. So right here we're doing about 74, 75 FPS. Now let's see what happens when we go to DLSS quality, as well as, let me zoom in a little bit so you can kind of take a little bit, you know what, hold on, switch weapons, zoom in a little bit more so you can get an idea of like how the power lines look, as well as some of that smaller detail off in the distance. All right, I'm gonna try my best to leave the reticle right there. Go into the options, go to display, and you got NVIDIA DLSS. So it's got ultra performance, which is gonna be the lowest internal resolution, and we'll look at that one last. But performance, balanced, and quality. I've actually found, as we go in here and look at this, you'll see here, when you go back into the game, our performance goes up from 74, 75 up to around 96 FPS. And if you look from this scene, those power lines actually look a lot more intact. There's a lot less aliasing on it. And one of the things that's really impressive that they did here with DLSS, unlike in Death Stranding, is the little particle effects that are going around on the screen, as well as the birds, are not creating a like streaking effect as it's resolving those smaller details. And you can see the fencing inside that outpost over there on the far right hand side of the screen is actually quite clear. Even when you zoom out, the level of detail looks pretty good on that. So DLSS quality in this game is honestly almost an upgrade in a lot of ways. So very good job there. It's probably one of the better implementations of it I've seen so far. But let's go ahead and tick down the quality measures here and see how that looks in the game. We're going to go down to balanced. So remember, 75 on without DLSS, 95 with, and now we're at 108 FPS. But yeah, that actually looks perfectly fine at balanced. 108 FPS, and I know this is a static scene, so the performance numbers that will be up in a few days on the article are not going to look like this exactly. So it's going to be an actual run through the game, but we'll take a look in a minute at the game moving. So performance takes us, let's see where we go to. It's 121 FPS. That's close to double the performance. But if you look here, now that it's on performance, you can see shimmering in the distance. So the same spot, it clears up right here, but on the right hand side, the little turret house, I don't know, the lookout observation house is causing some flickering there for a minute. It looks like it's gone away there. It resolved itself, but when we first switched over, you could see it. It's a little bit softer of an image than what we had before, so you can start to see the softness coming into play. Now that's really high FPS, so if you really need it, so if you're running a lower tier card like a 3060 and you're trying to run higher than you should resolution, you can get a lot back from that. But if you go to ultra performance, now this would be a fun one for like the last generation cards. So let's see what that looks like. Now performance on there goes 146, but you can see it starts to become obvious that it's less than native resolution, which honestly isn't completely terrible. I don't know that I would want, I don't know. This is not bad. Even on the foliage on the tree. Let's see if we can get away from that and see if we can get it to really act up. All right, so there it is here. We're gonna turn it off. That's gonna be our focus point here. You can see the branches are kind of shimmering. They're disappearing a little bit. Can only, you gotta work with what you got there on DLSS. So I'm gonna turn it off and see how different that looks. So it's a lot, yeah. You can see there a lot more branches. They're a lot more clear. So ultra performance is definitely gonna take things down a tick. I'm gonna jump it to, we're gonna go back and we're gonna turn DLSS onto quality, which is honestly, if you look at the performance numbers that I run, quality is where I leave it. See, that looks good still. Yeah, there's no, yeah, it stays very consistent as you zoom in and you zoom out. Quality is quite nice. Tell you what, we're gonna run through here and we're gonna take a look at a couple of different spots to see how things look while the game is in motion with quality DLSS. And if you guys see artifacting, I'm going to try and play the game for just a minute. If you see something that makes the game look really awkward or throws people off, let me know. Again, those look crisp, they look clean. Even the tree again, all the way back over there. See, the power lines look good. Looking around for some anomalies. But so far, the in-engine version of DLSS in this title being Unreal, with DLSS being part of Unreal Engine, even through the grass, not a lot of stuff going on there. Let's see if we can get into some action. I don't want to travel. Let's see, guys, I'm not very good at this game. I've barely been playing it, but it is surprisingly fun. I didn't think I would enjoy out. Whoa! Holy crap! I thought it was like a cutscene. All right, let's get my gun back out. Let's run out here. Trying to see if you guys see any kind of wild artifacts while the game is running. So, the system that I play this game on normally, I have key bindings in a different spot, so if I hit, I don't even know what the melee button is. There we go. Try that, see if we see anything weird around it. No, everything looks normal. As I flick around, I'm seeing it, trying to see if something's not resolving, if there's obvious graphical errors, and I'm just not seeing them, guys. So, oh, that's a big one. Let's wrap it up with that guy. Okay, maybe there's more coming. Maybe there's more coming. Why isn't that blowing up? There it goes. All right, guys, that's I'm gonna kind of wrap it up here. I'm just gonna play for just a minute. If you guys enjoy it, I'm gonna look at Warzone next with DLSS. I tried to do that today. This was the fallback because, well, Warzone is going through some kind of map update, and it's just not ready. So, figured this would be a fun one for you guys. If you're playing Warzone, let me know. Or not Warzone. Well, if you're playing Warzone, let me know. But if you're playing Outriders and you're enjoying it, let me know that too. I'll take those. But this has been Keith with WCCF.TV. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know how to like, subscribe, and well, over in the corner we'll leave some videos that maybe you'd be interested in watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Alright guys, I want to thank you for making it to the end of this particular video, and if you enjoyed what you've seen and you got anything out of it, make sure you stay tuned by hitting that subscribe button, and if you missed a previous video, maybe check that out over there.